We are here to oppose the extradition of Julian Assange, the publisher, ex-editor-in-chief of WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks is the organization that publishes openly and freely and has a 100% accuracy record. It basically publishes stories that most of our mainstream media will never go near. Namely, it holds power to account. And by power, I mean our government, corporations, anybody that basically does anything wrong and that they get leaked information on, they will publish once they've verified it. We're here to oppose the arrest, imprisonment and very imminent extradition to the United States of Julian Assange, who published information on the US for Iraq war crimes, amongst a trove of other things.
All right, firing. Line here. When the phase line out. Let me know when you get it. We'll shoot. Light them all up.
202 traffic, 260.
Come on, fire.
I'm requesting that, like, you know, if you're doing a peaceful protest, there's absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. Can you go the other side of the barriers? Because I've got staff who need to come in and out.
We need to know what's your position here.
Could you just listen for me, please? Yes. Okay? I'm the duty governor, okay? I'm in charge of the place today.
Okay.
You don't need to know my name, do you? What does that matter? Okay? Yeah. What I'm saying to you is, this is private land. Staff need to come in now, and I'm requesting, if you're at a peaceful protest, no problem whatsoever, please go to the other side of the barriers.
As you can see, we're outside Her Majesty's Prison Belmarsh. This is a Category A, high security, all men's prison. It's reserved for, you know, extreme terrorists, murder, people who've been convicted of murder, manslaughter, selling and distribution of Class A drugs. And Julian has been put into this prison as a high-risk, high-security prisoner for the act of publishing, for journalism. I would love to send this message to all journalists out there, to all publishers out there, to every single one of them who has fought against him and has actually encouraged and cheered on his arrest for the act of publishing. This here is what faces you when you publish anything that anyone doesn't like. And by that, I don't mean if you go against your government. If you go against a corporation, if you say anything against anyone that has any power, you have helped set a precedent, or you will have helped set a precedent for all journalists.
So what was the official reason given for taking him out of the Ecuadorian embassy?
The official reason given was that he had hacked President Moreno's phone and had revealed some secrets of President Moreno. This was done after President Moreno was implicated in a corruption scandal to do with the INA papers. You can read more about that online. President Moreno claims that Julian Assange was the one who was responsible for hacking his phone and for leaking that information to WikiLeaks, and how it got, and that's how it got out into the general arena. That's not true, because on the 28th of March last year, Moreno cut all electronic communication. No phones, no computers, no tablets were made available to Mr. Assange. And in fact, he even his visitors had to apply in advance of coming to see him. He had no access to the outside world. It would have been impossible for him to actually have hacked anything. Not that he is a hacker, he has never hacked anything. WikiLeaks is an organization that gets leaked to and invites leaks, like most other publications. Most other journalists rely on sources giving them information that they can then create a story out of. He did not do that, but he was accused of that because Mr. Moreno was creating a narrative around which he could then be justified in ending Mr. Assange's asylum rights. Asylum rights are a sacred institution, not something that is a contract between Mr. Moreno and Mr. Assange personally. And Mr. Moreno, President Moreno, had no right whatsoever to take it upon himself to end those asylum rights on an ever-changing landscape of rules and regulations that Mr. Assange was subject to under the guise of asylum.
So why was he granted asylum in the first place?
He was granted asylum in the first place because, all right, he was initially accused by well, he was initially involved in an investigation by Sweden to do with sexual misconduct. It was a rape allegations against him by the Swedish prosecutor. When these were first brought out, they were dismissed immediately. When he was first asked to report to the police station in Sweden for to have a test, he waited around. He did the test. He went to the police station, and then he was freed to leave. 2 weeks later, he got wind of. He waited out for 2 weeks in Sweden. He then came here to Britain, where he was told that no, there was another European-wide arrest warrant for his arrest for for a rape allegation, a double rape allegation actually. He tried to fight that from here because he was going to be extradited to Sweden. Sweden has a very high rate of extradition of prisoners, of people from Sweden to the United States without challenge. He was fearful that he would get extradited to Sweden and then from there be extradited to the United States. He applied for asylum to several nations, including many European nations, none of whom agreed to it. The only country that did it was Ecuador. And that's why he took asylum in the Ecuadorian embassy.
And did the United States make it public that he wanted to extradite him from Sweden?
Not at all. They kept it under wraps, and in fact the United States and the United Kingdom kept it quiet. The United Kingdom in particular denied that they had any knowledge of the extradition. Well, on the 11th of April at 10 o'clock, when Mr. Assange was dragged out of the embassy, no sooner did was he in the police van, then a few minutes later, newspapers started releasing a comment from the United Kingdom government saying that they were going to extradite him to the United States. They knew all along. The indictment was set by a secret grand jury in the US, and that was released in December 2017. That was the date of the actual indictment. So I don't understand how they said they didn't know anything about it.
I heard that there was some CIA officials actually there when he was being taken out of the embassy. Have you heard that?
No, I didn't hear anything about that, but there was certainly undercover police, many more undercover police than there were actually London Metropolitan Police. If you follow the case all along, London Metropolitan Police were the ones who said that he would be arrested no sooner did he exit the embassy. So as a British citizen, I question why we needed so many undercover police taking him out. Why London Metropolitan Police weren't bold enough and brave enough to follow up on all of the threats that they issued. Why didn't they turn up in their gear and represent themselves taking Mr. Assange out of the embassy? Why did we need 7 undercover police dragging him out?
So what is the charges that the US are putting to him now?
I'm not 100% on that one. I still have yet to read the indictment. It is out there. I know for a fact that they're trying to convert it into a hacking charge of some sort, but that's not true. Again, I couldn't comment on that because I haven't read up on it properly. Not yet.
Okay, cool, man. Unless there's anything else you want to add in?
No. I don't think there's anything else I want to add to everything up to date, but I would like to add something to our MPs, the 78 plus MPs who are trying to build or manufacture consent and a loud noise and a loud voice to have Mr. Assange extradited to Sweden. He is on British soil. You arrested him. Are you saying that a non-existent Swedish allegation of rape that was dropped in 2017 takes precedence over an extradition to the United States? And if so, why?
What do you think the messages they're trying to send to the world by doing this?
If you try to expose the crimes of the state, whether it's USA, UK, Israel, whatever, you will be pursued, and we will use the law, the full breadth of the law, against you. And that means that anybody who has any intention of getting into the whistleblower business or exposing the crimes of the state, they better be careful. They better be careful, because the state will come.